Hello dear traders and welcome to InstaForex TV channel. You're watching weekly link up with me, Anna Kasatkina. As usual, we're discussing the ongoing situation on Forex with technical analyst Peter Yakimovic and forecast further moves of popular currency pairs. In the run-up to the US presidential election, investors are getting more risk aversion because they are not certain in a clear-cut outcome of the voting, which is likely to be challenged. Such a scenario is sure to trigger political jitters. By the end of the trading week, the US dollar has advanced across the board, especially against the euro. In turn, the single European currency has weakened as coronavirus cases are soaring and the authorities are serious about imposing nationwide lockdowns. Germany and France announced restrictive measures almost at the same extent as in the spring. Foreseeing a new wave of bankruptcies among small and medium-sized businesses in the euro area, the ECB acknowledged that its monetary policy had to be adjusted at a policy meeting in December. No wonder such gloomy prospects and softer rhetoric of the European regulator caused sell-offs of the euro. So what trading ideas do technical charts suggest for popular pairs amid global turbulence? Let's ask our technical expert Peter Yakimovic. Hi Peter.
Hello dear traders. On the euro versus US dollar, basically what we got and what I found based on the daily time frame is there is a completion of the ABC action that we are, I'm seeing basically the second down leg that is in development, and there is a still potential for the more downside. Most recently, based on the daily time frame, we got a breakout of the multi-day balance to the downside, which is a pretty good short-term indication for the further down movement. So I do expect actually that euro can continue more downside towards the 1.1620, which is a pretty strong pivot level, and even 1.1445. So my expectation is for a downside because of the downside breakout of the multi-day balance and eventual second leg in development. So preferable strategy will be try to sell on the rallies, eventually using the frames like 4 hour, hourly or 2 hour time frame to sell on the rallies and try to work towards 1.1620.
Do you think the pound sterling will also follow the bearish trajectory like the euro?
On the British pound versus US dollar, there is a similar situation like that we saw on the euro dollar, except that on the pound dollar there is a potential even for the bigger drop in my opinion, because the pound actually just started and exited from the strong balanced regime, and I can see that pound can go test basically 1.2870 or even 1.2685. I also found the breakout of the rate of change. There is a rising trend line on the rate of change. There is a successful breakout of that trend line, which is another indication for the further downside on this currency pair.
Amid the global risk of mood, we cannot neglect the dynamic of the traditional safe haven asset gold. Every week we have been closely monitoring the price moves of the precious metal in our link up. Peter, could you please comment on the current technical picture for gold?
On the gold, there is a very interesting situation because finally the gold defined the direction, and we got a breakout of the multi-day balance. Actually, there were like 2 or 3 weeks we were stuck basically in where the gold did contraction and created like symmetrical triangle, and we got most recently the breakdown of that symmetrical triangle pattern. So my expectation is for the further downside, probably towards the 1,850 level and 1,812 level, with the main resistance, the short-term resistance at the 1,910. So expectations for the downside, and preferable strategy will be to try to sell on the rallies and try to work towards the 11,850 like the minimum downside target.
Thank you, Peter, for your trading recommendations, and see you next week. You've watched Link Up on InstaForex TV with me, Anna Kasatkina, and Peter Yakimovic, technical analyst of InstaForex. We wish you always profitable trading and see you soon.